Hello Virgos, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. And everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. All right, let's take a look and see what we have going on for you. We are going to start off, Virgo, with how this person is currently viewing you. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. To me, this feels like, Virgo, that somebody is viewing that you are maybe healing from a situation with them, that maybe you are not as affected or negatively impacted by them or a situation that happened between the two of you as you once were. Maybe just not as affected by them. They notice that something is different in you. The way that they are feeling. We have the Six of Pentacles. Especially with these together here, Virgo, to me this feels like somebody maybe notices that at one point you put a lot more effort in. Maybe you gave a lot more, like maybe you showed up more than you are now. They definitely notice that something has shifted in your actions, in your energy, right? And I do kind of feel here, though, I want to say that I think things, if I can talk, I think things have always kind of been where there's been an unequal give and take in this connection, Virgo, where maybe you've always been the one to, reach out first or to put all this extra effort and energy in, compromise. And I feel like you were never really receiving that same reciprocal energy. I think it's always been kind of you giving more than you were receiving back. And I feel like with this Nine of Swords in the reverse, maybe you're just not you're just not as affected by it as you were once were. You're not as, you're choosing to no longer do that. I think you've realized things with the Nine of Swords. It can be having some hard realizations. He's sitting up in the bed with his head in his hands, like he's just awoken to something. And I think that for you, Virgo, maybe you have awoken to the fact that you've never really gotten back what you've given. And I do feel like those hard truths, as painful as they are, I do feel like it has kind of shifted the effort and the energy that you maybe are putting into something here. So this person's intentions towards you, we have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Emperor in the reverse to clarify it. So somebody may try to have a conversation with you about this, whether it's specifically about this, whether they're addressing what they've noticed here, or whether it's, the Ace of Swords can be a card of, now that something has come into my awareness, I'm going to try to find a solution. So I feel like somebody could be realizing this and kind of wondering what that means. Does this mean that, Virgo is letting go? Does it mean they're moving on? And to me, it feels like wanting to overcome this, wanting to find a solution for it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is. Is it because I don't want to lose Virgo? Or is it because I don't want Virgo to... And why don't I want to lose Virgo? What reasons is that? So this could be somebody that you've been in a relationship with, absolutely. But this could be somebody that maybe was like, somebody you were casually dating or seeing or talking to, and you just noticed this lack of effort and energy, and you're just kind of showing up in the way that they are instead of showing up in the way that you were, if that makes sense. With this Emperor in the reverse, this person does feel a desire to get the situation back kind of under control. To me, this feels like somebody wanting to kind of get their hooks back in, Virgo. They're wanting you to, be how you were. What is the challenge here? We have the Temperance. The Temperance can be a card of balance. So it, once again, kind of indicating that, you know, with that coming up in the reverse, you know, whatever card is in the challenge position, it can give it that reverse meaning. So when it comes up in the challenge, you know, it's definitely saying that there is an imbalance here, right? And we see that already with the unequal give and take energy. The issue, I think, here with the temperance is the temperance, you know, can bring things into balance, but it takes consistency and effort and time. It's the process of doing that. And with it coming up in a challenge position, I feel like somebody wants the result without putting in the effort to bring about the result, if that makes sense. Their next actions towards you, Virgo. You have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Let's clarify that. And the Two of Swords in the reverse. I definitely feel like somebody could be trying to have a conversation with you, Virgo, about why you don't seem as interested as you once did. And I feel like somebody could be trying to change your mind here with that Two of Swords in the reverse energy. Or trying to put some kind of small effort, and it does feel like it's small things, right? Maybe some extra text messages. I feel like it's just some small efforts in order to try to, you know, change the way that you're viewing things or change your mind in a situation. And we have the Three of Wands for the potential outcome. So especially here, if somebody is having a conversation with you about it, and with that Ace of Swords, for some of you, they very well could be having a conversation with you about it. And I feel like, you know, once they're realizing that you are not putting in the same effort, that you're not in the same space and what that really means, I do feel like somebody, like I said, is going to be putting in some small efforts in order to kind of shift things back to the way that they were or to change your mind here. But with this Three of Wands energy, I'm not sure how I fully feel about that, because to me, Virgo, this could be you kind of waiting to see. I feel like it could be both. And maybe we'll clarify it. But the Three of Wands can be a card of waiting for the shifts to come in. So it's like I've put the effort in, now I'm waiting to get the results, right? So somebody here is doing these little things and kind of waiting to see if that is going to change things. It is a card that represents having positive expectations, though. So to me, that this person kind of feels like whatever little efforts they put in are just going to be enough. And the Three of Wands, as far as your energy goes, the Three of Wands can be a card of future thinking and foresight. And I feel like you're trying to realistically ask yourself, do I actually see this turning into what I'm looking for, the type of connection that I'm looking for? Some of you may be kind of waiting to see, you know, if something is going to progress, if something is going to develop. I see the Three of Cups here. And the Lovers in the reverse. So at the end of the day, the Lovers in the reverse still says that there's like a disconnect in our values. I ultimately do feel here that you're going to be making a decision about this connection. Some of you seeing these little efforts may wait and see, okay, you know, does this mean that something is going to be changing? Is it going to mean that somebody is, you know, something is going to be moving forward? Some of you with that Three of Cups, that definitely can. The threes are creation and expression and forward movement. So something could start to move forward a little bit. You may get an increase in communication. This could be an increase in, you know, seeing each other. Maybe you go out or something of that nature. I think you could be trying to wait and see, you know, if this is going to stick around. And this person is also kind of waiting to see if the little efforts that they're putting in is going to be enough to kind of shift things back to the way that they were. With that Lovers in the reverse showing up with it, I do think at the end of the day, what you guys are really wanting and your values are maybe not in alignment. But only you guys get to decide what's best for you. And that Lovers can also represent, you know, making a decision. So at some point, I think you'll see what you need to see, Virgo, to make your decision. Some of you maybe already see what you need to see. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that it helps. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see Gemini, Sagittarius, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what else we got. Cancer, those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can still resonate for you. But that is what I have for you. I do hope that this helps. If it resonates, let me know. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just check out your other placements. And everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, all of that is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here with me, and I will see you next time.